Here we go. All right, and we are live. Welcome back, guys, to the AMA with BSC Daily and Payvertise. My name is Dale, and I'm going to be your host for this event. I'm very honored. I'm very happy to see all of you guys back here at the BSC Daily Binance live channel. I hope you guys are doing great. Um, I see a lot of questions already from Naui20. I want to ask, but please, man, we have two segments in this AMA, just like we always do. The first one is the Q&A with the host. It is where I get to ask my questions about Payvertise. And then the second part is the community questions where you guys will be the main questioner or interviewer in this AMA. So in that part, the second part, you get to share $100 in in today's rewards if you have the best questions that we can find in the chat. So remember to send your questions along with your Telegram username in the Binance chat. When time comes, we'll try and select a few, and then if you're lucky, you get the prize. Very easy. And then the remaining $100, we will spend that for the crypto quiz box. So you need to have a Binance account, KYC, and everything to join this crypto box. Okay, it's $100 for 400 people. For the 400 fastest answers will get the box. If you are the 401, answerers, you won't get the box. But you know how that works. So a little bit about Payvertise before we invite our guest here, Mr. Ian Keller here. So what Payvertise is doing is they are a revolutionary digital currency aimed at redefining the monetization model of the online advertising industry or market. So by that means, when you purchase and hold their token, the PVT token, which is live right now, actually, you can buy it. Investors or the holders become eligible to earn dividends from the accumulated advertising revenue proportional to the number of tokens that they hold in the pool. What that means is basically you stake PVT to get real yield from real businesses in the real world, advertising businesses. And this is very crucial because if we look at the DeFi industry previously, all of our yields come from nothing, come from the later people who joined the project, right? So that's very Ponzi like. That is why we need to praise real yield. And I think with PBT, they are one of the real yield staking protocol. Not staking protocol, but protocols that allow for staking, right? And as they are certainly one of their kind as well, because we've been talking about like real world asset tokenization of real world asset, but we haven't talked a lot about the advertising industry, and it is a huge industry that we're in. So I'm very excited to have this conversation with Mr. Ian. Let's welcome him to the stage. Hello, Ian. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on.
Lovely, lovely. All right. So, do you want to sort of give us a brief introduction of yourself as a COO at Payvertise? What do you do? What are your roles? And maybe a little bit more as to what Payvertise is.
Sure. Yeah. So I first got in the crypto industry. I guess I first discovered Bitcoin around 2013. 2014, I started getting really involved with it, just buying and selling it. And actually over my first kind of thing was I would just buy and sell to individuals because not many people used exchanges back then or trusted them. So they just wanted to use somebody that they could trust. And, I just started building relationships like that. And I would make a little a cut of each transaction. So person to person. And then I would just use that to buy more Bitcoin. And then over time, I knew that model wasn't going to work forever just because, the exchange would get bigger. Like if everything did work out, the exchange would get bigger and people would just trust them and just go to them. So I kind of reverted once I found that there was a lot of ICOs going on and I was always into marketing and different kind of things. So I just did whatever I could to get involved. So I would write white papers, literally everything under the sun to just get involved with these new projects. And over time it just grew. And I just stayed involved with different projects. And after a certain point, I was like, man, I got to make my own project. And that's kind of where we came to Payvertise to find out, what we could essentially bring to the decentralized place that hasn't really been done before. And we found that the advertising space hasn't been tokenized, and we see a really, really big value there.
I see, I see. So that's sort of like how Payvertise came into play. Do you also want to explore more into the team behind Payvertise? Obviously, you, Ian, you are a very experienced trader back in 2013, 2014, something like that.
Yep.
And yeah, who are the other co-founders and core teams, and what are their past experiences with building a project?
Sure. Everybody is pretty much just as experienced as I am. We have Dave, Elaine, and Frederick as our CFO. Dave is the CEO, and then Elaine is our CMO, and she does a few other things. So we're a small team right now, but we're really looking to expand. And we don't think we're going to have too big of an issue expanding just because of, kind of our innovative design and the ecosystem we have for the token. Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry. My mic was muted. As you can see, guys, on their website, they have 5 people as the core team. But can you give us an estimated sort of like the total team members working in this project? Like, how big is the operation we're looking at here?
so we have 4 main people,
Oh,
as in the C-level guys, and then we have a few blockchain developers that are currently working on our dashboard for the NFT side and the tokens for the ecosystem. So I would say around 8-ish people.
8-ish people. Okay, for an operation this big. All right. You know what? We're going to dive deeper into Payvertise, to see what kind of project we're looking at here, what kind of big, what kind of business model we're looking at here, and then give people a sort of like an estimate as to if this project is viable with 8 people or not. But I believe in the future, Payvertise, you guys are planning to expand relatively soon if everything goes well, right?
Extremely, yeah.
Extremely. Okay, lovely. Right. So moving on to the next question, I think this is the question that everybody has. When it comes to the problems with the current, let's say, ads market, where do you like? What kind of problems you see wrong, and that how can Payvertise sort of like solve that with your products?
Sure. And like I said, I've been working with different projects over the years, just a lot of with marketing. And so when I started looking into advertising just with Google Ads, it's a nightmare to go around. I mean, it's like you need a degree in it. So I was looking at something to make it just more simple. I couldn't believe how complicated it was. So that's the first main thing that we want to tackle is just making a simplified version of running ads, just because it's just a nightmare dealing with. So that's part of the main thing. But we also wanted the distribution of revenue for these, like Google Ads or anybody else. It's the payout for it, like to get paid. It's kind of lucrative. You have to have over like $100, and then it just you have to withdraw and all these different elements to go around. And so we wanted to do was every click that happens. So if it's a pay for a click, the money gets taken out instantly per that click. And then it just goes directly to your account, whether it be USDT or a token. So we wanted to make a full ecosystem kind of based around that. So yeah, just simplifying and making it more of a decentralized pool where everybody can earn just by holding our own token, from just all the business. So like our big thing was mixing the real world with the decentralized space, because what I believe is that in the future, people are going to use blockchain technology and they won't even know. So just like using Cash App and moving those funds around, it'll all be based on blockchain, but nobody would really know and nobody would really care at the end of the day. So it's important for us to kind of mix the real world with the decentralized space so we could tackle both sides of the market.
Yeah, sort of like moving one step at a time, one step ahead of other Web2 companies, because I
Exactly.
do agree that, yeah, in the future, these blockchain technologies, when they incorporate with the giant payments company or providers, it's going to be very seamless. People don't even realize it. So
Yep.
now you guys are doing that already. Okay, so interesting, because this is a bit different from what I have in mind when I do a little bit of research about Payvertise. So you're targeting mostly on the Google Ads side. Can you talk more into the process of how does Payvertise work with your Google Ads, and you take out the money and you divide that to the stakers? How does that work? Is it all smart contracts, or is it in the code, or
It's
what?
all smart contracts, so it's not with
Yeah.
Google Ads. I was just using that as an example. It's almost like
Oh,
they're not competitor, but we're looking at them as like a reference to make simpler. So like everything will be ran through our dashboard. All the NFTs, purchasing the NFTs with the token, staking, and all those elements will just be on our own dashboard. So there's Google Ads. They have their own dashboard, the most complicated system ever. So we're going to make a extreme simple version of that. So everything will be ran through our own dashboard. So it's kind of like a one-stop shop for the entire ecosystem to, kind of do whatever you're looking to do, whether it be staking, purchasing the NFT space, which are the ads. So everything will be hosted on our own dashboard.
I see. I see. Oh, right. And obviously, it's very important for the people to also track the performance of the company. So how can you make sure that you can offer a sustainable revenue, and can people sort of like always check if that's really the case?
Yeah, and well, that's the great thing about the decentralized space. It's on the blockchain, so essentially we'll have something like Etherscan or BSC scan to be able
Hmm.
to track all the transactions. So it is extremely transparent, so people can see, how a certain company is doing that's under us, just in real time. So that's very unique. And then they get earnings off those companies. So it's a really unique system for sure.
Absolutely, and I wish that in the future the team would explore more into building the dashboards for different companies that are working underneath you, because obviously we can track it on BSC scan or Ether
Mhm.
scan, but I mean nobody's gonna check that going through all
Right.
the transactions, right? So yeah, I think this is trackable, and it's all there on the blockchain, decentralized. Nobody can sort of delete that or change that. So very transparent. Uh, and you've been talking a lot about the token PVT as well as the NFT. As you said, it's a crucial part where people get to purchase the NFT as base, as you said. Do you want to talk more about the two things, and how are they beneficial for the advertisers when they look for marketing with Payvertise, and for the investors who have these NFTs and PVT, how would they work with each other?
So like a cost per click, for example, for advertisers, the gain is the efficient transactions, because that's what I would want. It's like everything I'm looking at. It's like, okay, if I'm an advertiser, what am I looking for? It's like, well, I would like to get paid when somebody clicks my ad. I would like to get that paid right away. Or you know essentially for Google Ads, you put up a budget. So if I want to spend $100 on my ads, it'll run through $100 the per click. So I could set up a pool through our dashboard, put in that $100 of USDT, and then it will just drain from there as it's being used. And then for the investor, they get the portion of that funding, those little microtransactions, and we get those as the investor. So yeah, it all works kind of all together. But the earnings share, I see a really big opportunity in, just because it's a little mix of everything. It's like a kind of new type of fund, essentially.
Yeah, when you talk about that, there are a lot of, as I said, microtransactions going on. So let me ask you this. For example, right, for the people to better imagine things, because not anyone here in the chat there, advertisers have been running ads before. So let's say if a company like BSC Daily, for example, right,
Mm.
we want to do like a marketing campaign. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I'm using OBS. Just click on a keyboard. All right, excuse me, folks. So for example, like BSC Daily, we want to run like an ads campaign, and we choose Payvertise. Let's say we have $10,000 in budget. All
Mm.
right, we want to spend it on you. So normally, if we are going for another like agency, we would give them $10,000. They will give us like a price cost per click. How much is that? And then they will set us like a marketing campaign, and then we will choose like which side we put our banners on, and how many clicks will and until the $10,000 run out. and that's it. All right. So what's that process looking like for Payvertise? How is it different, or maybe easier, or more beneficial?
Well, I think if so, we have the NFT spaces, which are the ad spaces. So if, let's say, you guys wanted to instead have ads ran on your website of a certain token or something, then you could sell that ad space to them. And then over time, when we build up more projects, you kind of have a bundle of people that you could put those ads up in. So the more we grow, it's just kind of exponential. So when we have more people and more companies and more new token projects that want to get involved and have those NFT spaces, they essentially get access to all of our cluster of companies and projects and all those kind of things. So growing and building partnerships is one of our first things that we're going to be doing. So we're really excited about that.
Okay, let me note it down. All right, so I have a pretty clear general understanding of how things would work. We have, let's say, we have a website, we have a place for the projects to put ads in, right?
Mhm.
And then we can turn it into NFTs on Payvertise. And then when a project they want to advertise with us, they can buy our NFT for that ad space, and then they can put their ads on it, given the time that we allow them to, for example, like 7 days or whatever. Is that a correct way to put it?
Yes. Yep.
Oh,
That's exactly it.
okay. So how does one go on about, let's say, selling or owning that NFTs? Where do we buy it? Basically, is it, you know?
So that's going to be the same thing through the dashboard. So we're
uh,
going to have a bidding system, and we're going to have options to just buy now. We have some future plans with it, but for now, we're going to keep it simple and just keep it to auction style for certain ad spaces. It depends on what the company that is selling the ad space wants to do. If they have multiple areas, essentially they could sell it for 7-day period, a month, 2 months, and they could also renew it if
Mhm.
they want to. But they could do just a straight up buy now or an auction style. And we're doing that
Auction.
because certain websites, they go up and down as far as traffic, and people like different things. So that's why we're doing that.
Okay, so there's no definite price on that. That's an auction. Ooh,
Yes.
okay, okay. Some people would like that, but okay. So, can people sort of like, okay? Let's say I have the NFT. Can I resell it to other people with a different price that I put on it, or?
Yes. Yes. And
Huh.
that's one of our main things that we had to work around was figuring out how to be able to resell that on a secondary market. But we are allowing that, and especially with the time. So if it's a 7-day lease, that's why we're having our own dashboard. And like I mentioned, the Ether scan, it's essentially going to be a scan for those NFT spaces. So you could plug that NFT in, and when you connect it to your wallet, and then you could see that it has, a 7-day period remaining or a month remaining, and depending on that. So
Okay, okay. Ooh, but yeah, that's gonna be a headache as well. For the ones who are trying to flip these NFTs because it's not permanent. It has a. Okay, I see now. Um. Okay. One last question, because we're also an advertiser, so we're interested in this topic quite a lot. Um. We also have clients, and they also want to book, let's say, their ads or their banner on our website, right?
right.
Right. So when they want to do that, we just give them a price, they agree on it. And when we talk about Payvertise, these projects, they need to buy our NFTs with a in an auction. Isn't that process a bit rigorous for them to do? How do you sort of like make it more streamlined for the project to come in and be like, hey, you know what? It's easy to buy these ads from people, because normally they just pay us, and then yeah, that's it. We give them the ads, and now we have NFTs, and then tokens involved. Do they have any extra, let's say, benefits when it comes, like when they buy our NFTs, for example?
Yeah, so like I said, it depends on, for you guys example, you
Yeah.
can do an auction style if you're selling, which I would recommend doing it for like a main space, just because it's more of a sought out location. Or you could just do the buy nows, which the buy nows you could just sell it at your own price, just like you would in real life. I would say.
Huh. All
So
right.
you can
Fair.
still sell them just as if I have 20 ad spaces, I could sell those for $500 each or whatever it is
Mhm.
for a certain amount of time. So you can absolutely do that as well.
Huh. All right. Cool. 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 And here comes the interesting questions for the investors. Also, now if we have the PVT token, right?
Mm.
Crucial one. Do we have discounts or what's the utilities of this token besides staking, obviously?
So it's basically the access to the ecosystem and the dashboard. Um, so on top of that, you get all these different rewards, obviously. But having that is, kind of crucial to, how you're going to buy the NFTs. And just getting access to the entire platform, getting access to the group of projects that we have in the cluster, and so kind of creating a community around the token with the projects and businesses involved is a really big area to kind of get involved in, so you get access to all these different projects and businesses.
Okay. Okay. And yeah, probably staking is the best utility that investors would like. But for advertisers, if they can get, like a discounts or some packages, I know that's what they like the most. And looking for marketing campaigns, that'd be
Yeah,
also amazing. Yeah, yeah. But a lot of
absolutely.
things can be done with the token as well, having in the ecosystem. Fair, fair. All right, folks, go ahead and check them out right now. All the links to Payvertise, I'm going to send it in the chat one more time. It is time for you to do your own research about the projects before you decide to invest. And in the meantime, Ian, do you want to talk about how can people go on about buying the token, acquiring token right now? Are you guys listed on any DEX, any centralized exchanges?
Yeah, so we're the best place right now is to buy on PancakeSwap. We're on BSC right now.
Mhm.
We're looking towards in the future to get onto the Ethereum side. We're just making
Oh,
sure we could kind of prove the sustainability on the BSC chain, and it's a lot cheaper for us right now. And like I talked about those microtransactions, so we're just working our way around those to make sure that it's still cost effective. Um, but we're looking to do that. Most likely, it's just going to be an expansion into the Ethereum chain. So, um,
yeah, Ethereum is an interesting choice because, as you said
yeah,
before, lots of microtransactions. And Ethereum's like what, $5 per
it's
swap?
insane. It's
Yeah,
insane.
so we need to move on to a layer two or something, or maybe build, I don't know, even your own network too, if you can. But yeah, the gas fee is going to be a huge issues when it comes to all this microtransaction stuff. But I guess there are also different protocols. They are building microtransaction payment providers. I guess you can collab with them as well. That's going to be much
Yep.
cheaper for everyone. But here we go. This is the Twitter account of Payvertise. Go ahead and check them out, right? Apparently they got memes as well on this page. I don't know that, but they do. Interesting page to follow. All right, check them out. Do your own research about the project. Next question that I have would be about how do you ensure investors that Payvertise is here to stay for the long term?
For the long term, we're built off the long term. So if we don't have companies and partnerships coming in, then we kind of lose the value of our ecosystem. So it's really important for us to just keep growing. And so we were going to do a pre-sale first, and then we kind of shifted into just doing a fair launch. So we don't make any money if we don't have the ecosystem in place, because we earn when the ecosystem is earning, just like the investor. So that's kind of why we did that, to build trust and transparency. And we believe that's the best way to keep ourselves motivated to move to the future for the
But
long term, I would say.
I agree. But did you just say you're gonna have like a fail launch coming?
Well, we just launched already.
Yeah, you
So
just did, right? Yeah, yeah, okay.
yeah.
Here, let me share that post up in here. Go right now. Here we go. So yeah, they raised about 200K in 48 hours. It's now closed, so you cannot join them anymore, but you can buy them on PancakeSwap. Again, like go to their Twitter, go to their website, and try to find the most correct, contract. Don't just believe anyone on the internet. Okay, do it yourself. Yeah, here we go. Congratulations, by the way, at zero
Thank you.
point one dollars listing. All right, we're gonna come back in a few days and check the price. If it's performing great, then you know what, that's a good token to buy. Um, Last question that I have for you, Ian, is going to be about your future plans with Payvertise. As you said, you're here for the long term. Um, what about the development and marketing and collaboration plans that you have?
Yeah, so our marketing is also based off, like I said, the partnerships. So that's a big thing. Finishing our dashboard, a major thing. As you can imagine, working in this kind of like new uh, area of tokenizing and making it more decentralized in the ad space, it is a headache. So finishing the dashboard is the main thing, and then regarding marketing, a lot of partnerships and just growing the ecosystem.
Thank you so much for that, Ian. Okay, where can people find out about? Is it on your roadmap or white paper?
Yes. Yeah, you
Uh-huh.
could find our white paper on the website.
Yeah.
Um, should be the one of the first things. So yeah,
All right, I
under
see it now.
documentation on the first page there, you can check
Nice.
out white paper. It has all the information and kind of how everything works within it. So
All right, thank you so much. They also have the tokenomics as well. Here we go. Very neatly presented. I like it. All right. It seems like this project is here to stay for a long term because they're aiming for the long term. The marketing, sort of like market, is a huge market. I mean, we are also busy. That is also in the marketing market, so we know how big this thing is, especially when it comes to Web3, where there are a lot of marketing needs. And so Payvertise is offering this sort of tool, not just for the advertisers, but for you guys, you the investors. You can also get a share of the revenue that they make. So that's incredible. So check them out. Again, not financial advice. Do your own research, but please do that. And thank you so much, Ian, for answering my questions perfectly. Moving on to the second part, the community questions. Are you ready?
sure.
Fantastic. In this part, guys, I am going to reopen the chat right now. And please send your questions along with your Telegram username in it so we can pick um, some good ones. In the meantime, when I'm waiting for you guys to do so, I am sending you the Crypto Box quiz with $100 in it. Remember, the fastest 400 people get to claim the rewards inside the box. And the box is live now. Here we go. All right, good luck, everyone. Oh, jeez. All right, you have a ton of questions for paper ties, huh? Um, they really do. Hey, Ian, if you want, you can go to the chat and just maybe see if you'd like to answer anything. And if you want to, I think you have a PC in hand. Just copy and paste the question with their username in the private chat, and then I will show it on the screen if you see any good ones. Okay?
Sure.
Lovely. Thank you so much. Oh, go. This is a good one. Boop. That's one. Uh, This one is a funny one, so here we go. Innovations, good questions. Here we go. Hmm. Maybe this one.
Trying to get
Uh-huh.
this link open here.
Oh, you cannot.
Not on my. Could you send the link in the group chat?
Yeah, I can. Here we go. Can you see it?
Oh, let's try. Okay.
All right, cool. I'm also selecting about one, two, three, four, five, six questions already in the private chat on StreamYard. So you let me know which one you want to answer. That's it. Thank you so much for the questions, guys. A lot of good ones, but also a lot of bad ones as well, because I feel like it's very irrelevant to Payvertise. So you need to do more research about the project, ask more specific questions about the project. Okay. Hmm.
Yeah, I could just answer your questions. That's fine. These are coming in fast.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Which one do you want to start first?
I love the how big is PVT in the next bull run.
I knew it. That's why I think that I said, "Hey, this one is a is a funny one." I knew it. All right, here we go. Uh, here we go. This one is from Gone Drew. How big is PVT in the next bull run?
Uh, I'm not sure how to answer that, but we think taking advantage of the prices that we're seeing now with Bitcoin kind of on a run, Ethereum shooting up, and then obviously when Bitcoin moves, everything else kind of moves a little bit faster. But we definitely want to take advantage of market trends and those kind of things. So we've been kind of in a down trend as far as the market. So we want to definitely take advantage while we can, through this next run when we think that, by summer and the halving happens, things are going to get a little bit more aggressive with, price action. So we definitely want to be on the front end of that.
And the answer is he believes it's going to be very big. To summarize,
Very big.
but again, not financial advice, boys. Not financial advice. But you know how the bull run can be. Like 2021, you've been here for a very long time, Ian. So you've been through a
Yeah.
lot of bull runs. So, like, oh man, he knows. But all right, again, had to say this multiple times. Not financial advice. Thank you so much, Gone Drew, for the question. We have 4 left.
So what do we have here? A lot of things on innovation here. So, kind of the innovation that we
Innovations in
have
2024.
is simplifying the ad space, I would say, and bringing it, essentially tokenizing ad space and creating a decentralized environment to, host those ads. And so that's definitely where our innovation comes in. And for me, just making a very simple version for advertising is kind of the best way to do it, and making a marketplace for it. So, that's kind of where our innovation comes in.
Thank you so much, Mu VQ, for that question. What innovations will be implemented in 2024? Thank you. And a reminder, guys, you need to use your Telegram and join Payvertise group chat. Okay, that's one of the rules for you to earn the money from this AMA, from the questions. If you win, you need to join the Telegram group chat. If you don't, you also need to join them, because I would love to see you support them. So.
Okay, and I'm seeing a lot of expected gains from holding the token. So it's going to be completely depending on the partnerships that we make, and the further we grow the ecosystem. So there's no expected exact percentage of what you get, but over time, you'll be able to see and kind of track that really easily through our dashboard. So yeah, just as long as we're growing, the reward should be growing as well, and the utility for the token. So in the long term, you'll have more things to do with the Payvertise token, not just staking or just gaining those rewards. There'll be more options.
Thank you so much for the question, Yuzong7.
minimize scam ads. I like that question because we thought about that, because a
Yep.
big thing was is some companies in the advertising space, which is kind of the darker area, is those cost per clicks, and they, have a competitor, they'll look at that and just start, putting bots to them and start clicking. So it
Really?
costs, oh yeah, and it's costs the other company a fortune, and they're not real people that are, getting their engagement. So that was one of our big things. So like creating that ecosystem and close partnerships in the beginning will kind of build that and set it up to ensure that that doesn't happen. But we also have bot elements in place to make sure that those kind of things don't happen, because a lot of people haven't heard about that, and it can be really taken advantage of when you have these instant transactions that are going direct. So we have to ensure that that's not happening. So we have a lot on the I'm not the developer, but on the developer side, what I've been told was kind of the check marks that we could do to make sure that doesn't happen, whether it be IP tracking and all those kind of things, to ensure that's not a possibility for us.
Thank you so much for the question, Botman. I'm still selecting questions, folks, so be patient. I think we have one left. Yeah, one last.
I like this. I kind of touched on this too before. What do you think about the advertising today, and how can
Oh,
Payvertise help? I mean, advertising, digital advertising is the one of the biggest things there is. I mean, Facebook, for example, or Meta now, that's what they are. All social media platforms. That's how all of them make money. It's kind of the bedrock to financial success in the digital space today. Um, so being able to come in and kind of make a step in that in the right direction, I think it's super confusing to run ads just as like an individual, and that's why people hire other people to run ads. So creating a really simple space where anybody can go to do that, we just see a tremendous value in that. And then of course the entire ecosystem. So having all the elements of the crypto side, which is like the community, close group of people, and simple transactions, we just see a huge, like I said, value in that. So that's where I see a lot of things going on. The digital space is just a lot of tokenization of different elements. So we saw this kind of earlier on, and being able to have the NFTs be ad space, we see could be a really big thing in the future. So we want to take advantage of it now.
thank you so much for the question, Jane J03. And with your questions, Jane, we are now have answered 5 questions from the community perfectly. Thank you so much, guys, for sending your questions. Very nice. And thank you so much, Ian, for answering them.
Yep.
Now, before we close things, do you have any closing remarks for the BSC Daily community, for the Payvertise community, and probably Binance members watching this live stream?
Yeah, I would definitely say check out our white paper through our website. Follow us on Twitter to kind of get up to date, and our Telegram. We have a news channel and a community chat, so you'll be able to stay up to date with everyone that's kind of involved, and what we're doing as far as partnerships and those kind of things. So definitely follow us and read up on the documentation so you kind of know what you're getting into. And yeah, we're looking forward to the future.
Thank you so much, Ian, for being here with the community. And thank you so much, guys, again, for watching this stream. I hope you've done your research about Payvertise. If you haven't, go ahead and do it. Join your group chat, read the white paper, everything. If you have any questions, because I see a lot of them out there that hasn't been answered, go to their group chat, ask the mods there. They'll be in support 24/7. No questions will be left unanswered in their chat. So check them out. Payvertise is something huge. You can buy it right now on PancakeSwap at the moment. So check it out, and I'll see you in the future. Okay, in the next AMA. Thank you so much. See you.
Awesome. Thank
Thank
you
you
for
so much.
having
Yeah.
me.
Have a great day, man.